Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Predator Pro Billiard Series Kamui Las Vegas Men's Open. 8 days ago, 128 athletes began the quest to make this match. Let's show our appreciation for their efforts. We have Joshua Filler, and Dennis GRABE. Have a great match and take the leg.
And welcome everybody. Bienvenidos a Las Vegas. And as the MC just said, we've had 8 days, but we've had 8 days of Chamber of Commerce weather, along with some great and exciting pool action for the 2025 Predator Pro Billiard Series. 128-man event, down to the final two, the killer Joshua Filler from Germany and Dennis GRABE from Estonia. Also, both players are undefeated in this tournament. They'll be playing for a $37,500 first prize, and the runner-up will take home $17,500. This is George Stay on the booth with Mr. 626, John Schmidt.
How you doing, George? Good to be back.
What's your impression of this killer Filler, the way he's been mowing down opponents left and right?
Well, I mean, we all know how great he plays and how many tournaments he wins, but Dennis can win this match, and this is big for him. This would be one of the biggest titles of his career, and he looks like a pretty laid-back guy, but I guarantee he is excited right now.
Sure.
And it really, it almost makes it sweeter if you win the tournament against a Joshua Filler.
Oh, well, number one, winning the tournament is sweet as can be against Filler.
Yeah,
top three in the world, probably.
What more could you ask for?
Filler is, I believe he's ranked 5th right now by the WPA, and Dennis is ranked 25th.
Yeah, which is, I mean, it's really, for all intents and purposes, kind of the same thing. Anybody in that top 20 in the world is just otherworldly skills. So it's kind of a commentator's dream here with Josh. He plays so fast, never misses a ball. He makes our job easy.
Well, sure, we don't have to say much. It's over before we can say anything. Dennis is from Estonia. Joshua breaking there. The break is important. It's best of 4 races to 4.
He's going to play to bank this and try to play position on the 2 in the side pocket and get safe. Wow, banks it right in there.
Well, he did a fine job. He's still in the banks. That'll be coming up later in the week. We've had 8 tournaments here with $400,000 prize fund on offer for the players. And we still have, after this, we still have 3 days of pool, and more pool.
And more pool. Wow. I had fun watching the doubles. The doubles is an interesting dynamic, but let's see what Dennis can do here. 2 rail kick coming up, I would think.
Extension.
He's going to call the 2 on the side, I believe.
Yeah, Dennis GRABE is number 2 in the WPA.
Wow, that doesn't surprise me.
Well, that rating is measured in points, so the number of tournaments that you play has a lot to do with it, and Dennis does play a lot. Thanks for the correction there, because I wasn't 100% sure.
Oh.
And we have people that, oh, hello. That's no bueno.
No, he'll be disappointed in that. These top players are going to hit that kick most of the time, but not the start he wants. You give Joshua Filler ball in hand, and we all know how that works out.
Well, in the semifinal, Alex Kazakis gave Joshua Filler all he could handle. The sets went hill except for the last one.
Wow. Yeah, Kazakis is a great player. Total opposite of Josh. He's very methodical and frankly takes a long time to shoot. I mean, I could word it, more PC, but he plays slow. And it sometimes can upset a fast player like Josh.
It takes away the rhythm.
But I don't think the fast player upsets a slow player, because that doesn't affect the slow player, but vice versa.
Good observation. Meanwhile, you looking for a safety here off this 5-ball?
Well, I think he's going to.
Or is the 5-ball
Yeah.
to the side?
Yeah, he's
I'm-
going to try to. Well, this is
Yeah.
gutsy. He's going to draw into the 8 here, which is going to leave him a long ways from the 6.
Yeah, see, I'm confusing the 5 and the
Wow.
7.
That's confidence when you know you can punch his 6 in. This will be a pretty shot. I could probably play it with a bottom left-hand cue. Well, no, he might be looping out of the corner, but I like him power drawing this, where you're kind of removing. Well, he's treetop, so no, I'm not sure what he's going to do, but this is difficult either way. Good shot. Well, the 7 being frozen meant position was not quite as important, because with inside English, these top players will make this most of the time. A little bit of right hand spin makes the shot much easier. Good shot.
And I was going to mention, a lot of your top players will come across that. Some will just float it up for the opposite corner.
Well, what he did is he chose to overcut it, which let his cue ball move down the shot path instead of across it, which can get away from you sometimes. Very smart. It's the way I would play it if given the choice, and so would have Dennis. But not the start you want with Josh, because he's one super tough front runner. Well, he's tough from behind too, but when you let him get in front and start flying around the table,
I
you're
think
in big trouble.
I think with all these top players, once they've relaxed a little bit, they can really start running fast
Right.
and running balls, and they get really close. The road to the final is right up there for you. Tomas Malinowski, Cornell McLean, Tim Youngman, Juan Carlos Exposito. They took that off, so I can't read it, but I have it also. It's quite all right. Are we ready to break yet? No, not yet. Alex Pagalayan, Marco Tucher, Alex Kazakis, and now he faces Dennis. When Dennis gets up there, we'll give you his road, his path to the final. Well, 6 balls down and an open shot on the 1.
Yeah, it's pretty thin on the 1 to be able to hold. You know, a lot of times you just really have to favor making the 1 and letting the cue ball run. Because if you try to float the 1 in to hold for the 2 or something, the 1's so missable. Be interesting to see what he chooses to do here. A little bit of inside English, I would think. Missed the 10. Very nice. Got a favorable rub off the 10.
Not sure if he was trying to go for this combo or if he was trying to go up
Yeah,
higher and
right.
play the 4 in the corner.
He might have been, because the 10 slowed the cue ball down. But I think if this combo was available, that's a reasonable play.
It looks like the 4 goes past the 9 to the upper side pocket on your screen, but that's a short landing area.
Yeah, even for Josh Filler,
Yes.
that's tough.
So let's see how he handles the angle for the 3 to go to the 4.
Ooh, that got away from him a little bit. Did not want the cue ball down here.
Tough angle to get to the 4.
What do you
So
do?
let's see if he even bothers trying to make
Yeah, I
the 3.
think he'll play some kind of safe here. Yeah, good shot. Oh, this is tracking near
Oh,
the corner. I think it's going to be okay. Good shot.
That'll make his take notice. Going that close to the pocket.
Yeah, I think your best chance here is to come off the left side of the red, down behind the 10-5 area, and put the 3. Yeah, put the cue ball right about there. 3 ball against the long rail. Hope for the best. And he caught it a little thin. The cue ball's running. He won't be happy with this start.
This lays.
Yeah, this lays funky to
It
get.
does.
He might just get there and play the billiard on the 9 or the safe. What he's going to do is play to there and come off the right side of the purple and drop down behind the 10. And then the 4 moves to the rail, I would guess. Because if you try to play an intricate position here, you could trap yourself to where you can't see the purple.
And you're coming across the line.
That's right. Yep, that's right, George. See, I like this play. And now you play to the safe. If the billiard's on, you play that. Oh, it looks like he might be able to play it. You're gonna have to hit this with a little bit of right-hand English, I would think. He's deciding billiard or safe. He's looking at the billiard pretty close. No, I think he's ducking. Yeah, good shot.
That's a nice shot. He has to kick at it because the jump shot is awfully tough.
Yeah, super long way to fly. Well, I'll tell you what, with today's jump cues, George, I might shoot this jump because I think you can do it.
And he's come with a jump.
It's
cue.
no picnic, but at least if you did manage to make it, position on the 5 is kind of built in sometimes. Yeah, I don't blame him shooting. They might get away with this. Look at here.
Yellow 9 ball. Sure did. Yeah, Dennis's path to the final was at the expense of Evan Lunda, Janri Cruz, Sharik Sayed, Emil Andre Gongflat, John Mora, Stefan Casper, Jeffrey DeLuna.
Bunch of great players he
yes.
defeated, yes. Wow, this is a tougher kick than going to the end rail. He sees something. Oh my goodness. He played that?
Shot. What a shot.
Wow. Even for Josh Filler, that's like 1 in 20 to kick that in like that.
Usually when they're closer to the rail, it's much easier to kick in, as you know.
Yeah,
and there's actually a nice little system that works pretty well to shoot those with a higher degree of accuracy. But that far off the rail is tough.
Man, to kick that ball in like that, I just can't even believe that that was so tough to do.
Yeah, he stole that game with that kick.
Yeah, I mean, I'll let any pro in the world shoot that and probably lay 5-1 on the money against it. That's that hard of a shot. If they shot it 100 times, they'd be lucky to make it 15 times.
Well, we've had 7 other tournaments besides this one here. We had the Junior Showdown. We have the mixed doubles going on right now. We also have the Las Vegas Women's Tournament with 64 players. In that, we have the Challenge of Champions between Christina Tkach, the Crystal, and Rubelin Amit. They're reigning 9-ball and 10-ball champions. And they've each won their discipline. Amit winning the 9-ball, Tkach the 10, and they will play a set of 8-ball, a race to 8 on Friday night at 8 p.m. So stay tuned and set your alarms because that's going to be one heck of a match.
Yeah, I agree.
Dennis chilling right there real quick.
Yeah, not the start he's looking for, but, you know, he's such a great player that a lot of pool left.
And the answer is no. No balls down.
Where's the...
The hand rack making it inconsistent braking
Oh, okay, there's the one.
by design.
Yeah, so Dennis, I believe, would either drop behind the 710 off the left edge of the one or try to go up kind of behind. Yeah, I believe that's what he's going to do. This is a little simpler than my other idea. Nice shot.
Doesn't have to
No,
go as far.
You know, didn't it seem like he kind of just leaned over and rushed that? And I'm all for fast play, but gosh, he hardly even aimed at that. Maybe the shot clock had him or something there. I don't know.
They are on a 30-second time clock. It's 60 seconds after the break, and then it's 30 seconds with one extension per rack.
But Josh would like to slip down past. No, I think he's going to play the one to his left, the cue ball down behind the 710. I think.
Would that play off the 4 to
Yeah,
the
it
corner?
might. I've seen crazier
Yeah.
things.
Yeah,
And he can hold for shape, actually.
especially with newer cloth. Just like that.
Yeah,
Ooh,
that's,
it caught the
yeah,
8.
that wasn't a bad idea.
One ball in the corner.
Sometimes they just lay right, don't they?
Oh
John?
yeah, if they're wired to a hole, these guys will play it.
Well, long straight in has just a slight angle that cuts the headrail. And where he goes from there is right back here for this 2 ball. A little too
Easy
hard.
now.
He's
Easy.
close.
Boy, he might just be okay, but moving to the 3 ball, no fun. Not enough angle here to do much. You might have to just settle for the 3 from right there.
He was able to get to it, didn't get too close to the 8 ball. Now it opens up. A little work.
Yeah, do you think the 8 goes
on
to the side maybe
It sure
later?
looks
Yeah,
like
I think
it does,
so.
doesn't it? Very available for shape on the 9.
This shot doesn't lay really natural. You got to really kill this cue ball with the bottom left hand and just kind of drag it. Nice shot. And now we're going to see the big Jeffrey DeLuna power stroke. Just to hammer this to get off the rail enough for the 5. Boy, this is tough here. This is very missable. Nice shot, even to get off the rail that far. An excellent test of cueing, as they like to say, and he passed it with flying colors. He is a straight shooter. It's kind of that stereotypical European perfect fundamentals. And as soon as I say that, he just leans over and chops at it. He doesn't seem settled in because you can't get into the finals playing like this. He's playing well below the way he's played the last few days. And I'll tell you something. If anybody can make you play like this and make you kind of fearful and anxious, it's Joshua Filler. Because you just know you're playing Superman.
Yeah, the reputation,
Yes.
along with his mannerisms around the table,
And
his free-flowing.
And you know, George, Josh has earned every bit of that. You know, Tiger Woods used to make people fold. Well, when you win 120 events around the world, you've earned that right. And Josh puts the fear of God in everybody, rightfully so.
Went to the short side to avoid the 8-9.
Nice shot. A little bit of high right cue ball. Missed the 10 or just a little bit, yeah.
8 ball, side pocket.
Has to cheat the pocket here just a little bit to make sure he doesn't hit the 9. Probably use some right hand English just to kind of gear it in there. Yep, just like that.
I wondered if he would use the rail or just stun it as
Yeah.
he did.
Played it just right.
this 10 ball for game number 3 for a 3-0 lead in this all-important first race to 4.
Yeah, Dennis is, I mean, look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I mean, this is not how Dennis plays. I mean, he's playing far below what he's capable of, and it'll be interesting to see if he can keep his composure, because nothing will make you more mad as a player than just playing half of what you're capable of. So Josh is loving this, obviously, but Dennis, he's having a rough go so far.
Well, Dennis had a good go in 2024 where he won the Maldives Open 10-ball championship.
Oh, yeah.
That was a nice one.
Oh, he's one of the best players in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of shocked at what I'm seeing so far here. Because he doesn't look like he's settling in. He's just like leaning over and shooting quicker than I remember. But you've probably seen him play more than me.
Sure. He's a great, I mean,
Or is he a
2024 WPA World 10-ball semifinalist, losing to Naoki Oi. He beat Aloysius Yap in the final 16. I mean,
yeah,
he's got a resume just as good as anyone.
Oh, he's
as
in
far as beating players.
well, he's ranked number 2 in the WPA. So this would be the equivalent of a pro golfer being like, you know, 4 over through 5 holes. I mean, they're not happy camper right now. His safeties have been off. His shot making's been off. So I look for him to right the ship and show you, the fans at home, what he's really capable of, because this isn't it so far.
He's a 3-time Euro Tour winner, the World Pool Series event winner.
Yeah. Yeah, he's one of the most feared players alive, and he just seems unsettled to me, which, like I said, the finals and Joshua Filler have unsettled a lot of people over the years. That perfect cue ball, nice angle to get to the 5, and he's playing good. Perfect, nice angle to get to the 6. He moves it. You know, we talk about his shot making, but I like the way Josh moves that cue ball. He's got as good a cue ball control as I've ever seen. What a delicate little shot there. Just got past the 9. You know, I know it's romantic to talk about the players from the past, but there is just no way they played better than this. They might have played this good, but no living human has ever played, well, alive or dead, has played any better than this. Nice shot there. He's on the, he might have to, well, I'll tell you what, he got a little straight here. It's going to limit what he could do. I think he can cheat the pocket just a touch. Very easy to twist this out of the hole if you're not paying attention. Oh yeah, he can just cheat it.
In this 10-ball to win the first set, 4-0.
Man, was that perfect throw by Josh. And Dennis helped him quite a bit there.
A couple of the more other tournaments we've been having here, we had the Bank Pool Showdown with 12 of the best bankers in the country and the world. We had a Parasports exhibition between Henrik Larsson and Charlie Hans. And then we had 2 one-pocket challenge face-offs. The first one between Tony Chohan and Francisco Bustamante, Hall of Famer, and then Shane Van Boning and Joshua Filler met and had a race to 5 playing one pocket. The stats, as you can see here, looking at the overall performance, as John mentioned earlier, Josh plays amazingly well and his overall performance level is at a 946. Dennis's a disappointing start, and it looked like coming in at 444. Break success. Dennis has not broken the balls yet, so you have no stats. Can't foul. Let's see, shot after the break. 3 of the 4. Actually, he broke 4 times. And he 3 of the 4 made a ball on the break. Dennis fouled twice.
I'm just, you know, the player overall performance is awesome. I'm just glad they don't do an LOP, a life overall performance. I could be a 444 also.
Well, if you put your 6.26,
Yeah,
John,
that might
you'd have a pretty high one.
Brings me up a couple points the other way, but yeah, I mean, you know, we're always talking about how great these players play, but I think this is an interesting inside look of what pressure can do, because Dennis, I mean, it looks like somebody kidnapped him. He's playing, frankly, horrific for his level, which is a compliment, because that's how highly I think of his game. And so far, I mean, he has played way off what he's capable of. So I think it'll just be interesting to see how he handles this. This was not the start he was looking for.
Well, one of the things about having these stats is the data doesn't lie.
No, numbers don't lie.
Numbers don't lie.
No.
I mean, we saw the overall performance of 444, and you said horrifically bad. From 959, which is Josh is coming in to a 444. The score should be 4-0.
The numbers don't lie. I've been telling girls I'm 6'3" for years, and they just haven't bought it. Karim Balaj.
You know, there's Karim.
The man that makes all this happen.
Masato, I don't know his last name, from Kamui. So we have some dignitaries in the
a lot of the Predator
in the
crew.
House.
Yep.
Yeah, the Predator crew is out there too. Guys assemble from all over the world to bring the products to you. Go to predatorcues.com and all the products are there. Cues, cases, all accessories, tables, balls, cloth, chalk.
You know, George, speaking on that, on the equipment, we talked about this earlier about I was a golf nut my whole life, and you always dreamed of playing a PGA Tour course, and you can't do it unless you're that good, which I wasn't, and I sure wasn't rich enough. Now you can actually buy one of these tables and play on the exact conditions that Joshua Filler is playing on, and that there's just not that's just cool. I mean, as a player myself, I think that's really neat that you can replicate the conditions at home.
Sure, you can replicate the conditions at home, and now they just came out with a new art table that's they just tried out at one of the Euro tours in Europe. We won't see it in the States till the probably last quarter of the year, but go on predatorcues.com and you can take a look at it. It's on there already. I took a look at it when first time I heard about it. Well, do you go aggressive here? Do you play the cue ball behind the 4?
I don't see
down
much
there
here
on the bottom 2 rails.
Tell you what, if you could do that, but I really am not sure how he's going to play this. There's so many different ways. I don't like any of them.
You know, as I see this shot, he's just going to push out.
Well, I really don't like this. This is going to get, well, maybe if you could 3-rail this one ball around the table, but, well, if you could do that, that's the shot. But I can't tell if Josh can do that from here.
You know, when the cue ball was in its original position, I was going to ask you if a 2-way shot was a pretty good idea. To try to bank it real soft and lay the cue ball up, maybe behind the 4, but it gives you shape on the 2.
Well,
He's
really
done great there.
Yeah, that was a nice shot.
But he shot before I could come up with the words.
Well, this would be a huge shot here to just smooth this in and win this rack.
Extension.
But I'm sensing something's off with Dennis. Like his body language, he looks agitated, or, well, I think he is a little agitated. He hasn't played well so far. Now he's taking his time here.
He had a tough time in the semifinal with DeLuna.
Right.
It wasn't his best performance there either.
No. Boy, that's strong when you can beat a guy like DeLuna, though, and not play your best.
Well,
that's a real testament to his ability.
You know, sometimes there's something to be said for winning ugly.
Well, I'll tell you, Johnny Archer was the king at that. He even told me, he goes, I don't care how it looks. I saw Johnny lose many first round matches back 20 years ago and a week later hoisting the trophy. I've seen that 6 or 7 times where he played so horrific right off the plane his first match that you would never believe he could win the tournament. I've seen that quite a few times.
Well, one of the things about this tournament, you know, when you put it that way, is the 8 players to reach the quarterfinals did it without a loss. They were all undefeated coming into the final 8. Of the last 16, the final 16, only 3 were under 800 Fargos. And they weren't far off.
No, yeah, they're all killers.
796, 794, and 789. So,
yeah, that's a monster player.
Joshua has a Fargo of 855, the highest one on planet Earth. Dennis is at 801, considered quite an elite player.
Oh, sure.
And with shots like that, you see why he is.
That was a great shot. Give him a little roll here. Okay. Well, he's got to make a heck of a hit here. Not sure what to do here. I don't like it. He's going to play the 5 down side rail, in rail, cue ball behind the 10. That's about his only option, realistically. I mean, that is just not, that's just horrific for his level. He just hit that way heavy, and you can see him shaking his head like, what is going on here? I mean, these top players will slide that cue ball over behind that 10 almost every time, and I don't know if he's not feeling right or just something's really bothering him.
Extension.
And right next to Karim to the left is the owner and maker of Yalin tables.
You have got to be kidding.
Shot right back.
Kisses off the 7 and has a reasonable look at the 6. Like, wow. Look at that shot. Dang, Josh, that's just unreal. And that shot there looks straightforward, but you had to hit that with about 3 or 4 millimeters of high inside English, which just ramps up the difficulty massively.
Perfectly stunned. Those look so easy, but we both know they're not. Not with that
This
pinpoint
kid,
accuracy.
you know the song "The Devil Went Down to Georgia"? It was made about guys like this. That song fits this kid because he could beat the devil.
At his game.
Yeah, he'd given the devil the last 2.
You know, it's funny you say that, John, because I've always said fool's the devil's game. And game number 1 and set number 2 goes to Joshua Filler. Yeah, some funny statistics, but when you talk about, you know, Fargo not being describing players well, every one of these tournaments you see, the last 16, the last 32, when you look at the Fargos.
Well, yeah, there's not going to be a 650 in there now. You're going to be 750s to 850s is the guys that go deep. I mean, it's just, there's no way around it. It's like a golf handicap, but the numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I ran a few Fargo numbers, and there was 13 players in this tournament, 800 plus. 15, 780 to 800. 18 from 750 on up. The rest of the players were 700 or 750 and lower. But so that's 46 players, 750 and above, out of 128.
I believe it. We got a bunch of the female players that are 740 and 50 Fargo. So, I mean, the level of pool is just through the roof. Does the 2 pass? I think it does.
It looks like it
he's
does.
queuing like it is.
Just makes it look like a walk in the park.
Well, and one of my pet peeves is any pool commentator says, well, this is an easy, I don't see a problem, because pool's a hard game, but this would be one of the easier outs. And Josh is a pretty good favorite to win this rack, as good as he's hitting the balls. When you break, make a ball, and your first starter shot is real close. He did make a nice shot on that first shot, though. That was missable with the side spin, but yeah, he's just playing so good that you just almost never expect him to make a mistake. We're almost shocked
Sure.
when he misses.
Exactly. And that's why I started out with you when I said this may look, he makes it look like a walk in the park, but we both know it's not.
It's not,
That,
no.
It's not that easy.
I mean, Dennis is an 800 Fargo, and he's missed all kind of shots. I mean, Josh is just playing like even, it sounds silly to say like above his head, but he's playing even better than he plays. I haven't seen him hardly miss a ball this whole week. It's just been absurd.
Well, one of the things I've always said about Fargo, John, is a player is capable of playing probably 50 to 100 points above their Fargo at any given time. And they're also capable of playing below their Fargo the same amount. And when you get an 850 player playing above his Fargo,
no
you
stop.
can't touch him.
No, there's no stop.
You know, there he is with all the confidence in the world in every shot.
Right.
Not the slightest hesitation. 6 games in a row.
It sounds silly, and I know it's never going to happen, but for like me, I wish I could practice with him. Like if I lived in the same town with him and I could play like races to 21 with him for lunch and we were buddies and he could help me with my game and get me thinking good and just and knowing that I have to run out my best to ever get to shoot, I think it would be just so helpful for me and any player out there. Practicing against somebody this level is a good thing.
Sure.
And I've never done that. I've always been like a loner practicing and stuff.
Anytime you practice with great players, I mean, you just pick up everything because you see it.
Yeah.
You see what they're doing, all the little things, you just emulate it.
Well, and you can kind of, it's a barometer for your own game on
Sure.
the amount of misses and makes and all that good stuff. No, the only way you get to play Josh now is in these huge tournaments. And I don't know that I've ever played him now that I think about it. Thankfully.
Completely left eye dominant.
Yeah, he sure is. Look at this. Ball in the break, shot on the one that leads to a shot. And has he got some momentum? He still has to execute, though. Otherwise, he would just rack the balls up here, you know.
Well, that's the one thing about pool that's different from golf. In golf, you take a full swing at every club, just about, except when you're around the green. But you have a different club to take that swing for that limits your distance. In pool, it's all in your feel. It's all in your stroke. You have to make it happen.
Yeah, you hit it all with one club.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's one club. You drive now. It's a break with the driver because you don't want to mess up your tip.
Sure, but basically it's kind of like using one club for the whole round. You just have to throttle your swing to the shot instead of the club loft.
You know, some players play the whole thing with a 4-iron. Some guys play it with a 7-iron.
Yeah.
Yeah. Filler's all business right now, every bit.
Yeah, but I mean, this is a dream thing for Filler to get shots off the break and to have Dennis be off a little bit. Like, as a player, this is all you could ever want.
Now, do you play this shot all the way down to the bottom rail and back up?
Yeah, that way you can let your stroke out here. Well, you don't have to, but I believe you will. Just a little bit of high lefting. It's just a few millimeters. Yeah.
Just like this.
Yeah.
I like playing it that way because that way you're not trying to gauge your stroke and
That's
you're
right.
not aiming.
That's right.
both players are Predator sponsored, so they're playing with some of the best equipment in the world that you can find at PredatorCues.com.
Boy, I'll tell you, Dennis is just not getting any chances. The second set.
And you know, Dennis has nothing to be ashamed of with his score. Filler does this to just about everybody when he's playing this 100 points over his Fargo.
Well, I guarantee you, if you'd asked Dennis at the beginning of the week, would you like to make it into the finals and then play horrific and get blanked? Where do I sign?
That's exactly.
He takes second place and he's going to go home with 15 or 20 grand. But once you get here to the finals, then it is disgusting to play like this. He cannot be happy with his performance. He just plays better than this, and that's, again, Dennis, if you're listening to this later, that's a compliment to you, pal. I think the world of your game. I think you're a phenomenal talent, and I'm just almost disappointed that the fans aren't getting to see the true Dennis GRABE.
Well, you just can't stay there all the time.
No, right. The pro golfers, they always have that one round that seems a little off, and this is what's going on right here.
Both players are playing in the mixed doubles, so in fact, Filler just came off of a match just prior to this. As I think Dennis came off the match after playing DeLuna right here.
Well, and I'm making it sound like Dennis has missed 40 balls, but it just seems like everything's been just a touch off. And, you know, we've all been there. I kind of feel for him. Let's see if he can dig down here and get something started. Good shot. Now, I don't know that the 4 can be made, so he's going to have to go like at the 4 off the 3. That's a lot of fun.
Try to get the same angle where the 3, in line with the 3, so he can just pound it out of there and stop the cue ball behind the 5.
Yeah, well, I think he's going to go off the 3 to the side rail and try to clip into the 5 and just hope for the best. And the way this set's going, I don't think he's going to waste a lot of time or energy worrying about it. He's just going to shoot and go. He's playing the guy that gave the devil the last 2. So, I mean, see, like right there, I mean, just leans over and just whacks at it. Yeah, he's just not himself right now. I'll tell you what he does do. If this is how he plays all the time, I like how fast he plays. He doesn't really deliberate over the ball, which I'm a fan of, but you don't get into the finals of these tournaments playing like this. That's all there is to it.
Is he one rail kicking this 3 ball?
Yeah, I think he's got to go to this end rail with some left-hand English, and he's hitting them so good. I'm sure he'll hit the 3. I mean, his feel is just so good.
He didn't miss that by much, by about 1.5 inches. He'd have been dead center.
I bet you Dennis is in the mood here to just cut this in, crash into the 5-9. Yeah, he's going. He'll try to come off the back of him, maybe.
Well, he'd have to get unlucky not to have a shot on the 4.
I think so. I think you're right.
If he goes into him with a little bit of pace.
Yeah, you got to hit this kind of firm to get the cue ball to wreck these open. Beautiful.
And he got unlucky.
Now the 8 could be dead down here, but he can't get to it. Wow. When you're rolling bad, he's going for this bank. He's kind of just smiling like, get this over with.
I'm going to take my 17-5 and
Yeah, I mean, maybe focus more the next set, but this set, not the
What
one
a
right.
shot.
Yeah,
What a shot right
in
there.
this game, it could change everything. I apologize to the listeners. I'm having an absolute allergic sinus attack the last few days, and man, it is all I can do to not cough and sniffle into the mic. But nice shot. Go, go, go. There you go. Now he wants to get on the correct side of this 8 when he comes 3 rails so that he can move to the 9. Boy, he don't mess around. He just gets right up and shoots.
He's a bit of a rhythmic player. Sometimes when it starts flowing, you'll see better pace out of better shooting out of him. It's when he gets real tight that he has problems.
Yeah, he just leans over, wiggle, wiggle, go.
Perfect angle to come over for the 10 in the same pocket.
Yeah, no,
No?
he'll just bump off the rail here for this one to shoot the 10 in the other pocket. Now, if he had a couple more inches of angle, that'd be a possibility. Okay, Dennis. Now let's settle in. Show the world what you can do, buddy.
Well, after losing 7 straight games, Dennis puts one on his account and has a 1-3 score in the second set. If he goes down 2 sets to 0, it's tough because then he has to win.
Then all you have to do is beat
sets.
Joshua Filler 2 sets in a row and then in a shootout. Other than that, shouldn't be a problem.
That's right. Piece of cake. Juniors players, the American Junior Showdown was something to behold with 12 of the best American juniors. And Laz Martinez from New Braunfels, Texas took that off. Little 19-year-old, excuse me, last year playing juniors. And we'll see a lot of that young man in the future. Quite a bit.
Yeah. Well, he plays pro caliber. He's a 730 Fargo now. He's already playing world-class pool, and he's like barely out of high school. So there you go.
Amazing. And he made it to the final 32 in this tournament right here.
No, he's a complete stud.
And right there at ProBilliardSeries.com, you can find all the information from all these events, the brackets, prize money, players list. Everything is right there for your viewing pleasure and all the knowledge you want to gain.
Josh has got a tough 1 ball to start here. Cue ball kind of moving away from the 2. Well, maybe not. I can't quite tell. He might be able to just drip this in slow and hold, just run out past the 4. Us, the commentators, we're really guessing on a lot of these shots. We can't see down the barrel of what the angle looks like, but I don't know if he has to turn the cue ball. Yeah, he's going to the end rail, I think. Oh, he might get behind the 10. Nope, had just enough right hand spin. Nice shot.
Always has the correct angle, always has the correct speed.
Yeah.
And the correct spin.
Yeah. Well, always is maybe a little optimistic.
Well,
if anybody fits that, it's this guy.
Yeah,
he's
today,
as close to always.
Especially right now.
Yes. Yep, he's about as close to always as we get. The cool thing is, when I'm old or older, I'm already kind of old, people will talk about how great, and I'll be trying to explain to people how phenomenal this kid plays. Well, it won't be a legend or a rumor. You can watch it on TV, and it'll be right there on the internet. You know, we hear all these stories now about Luther Lasser who never missed a ball and this and that. You'll be able to watch this stuff 50 years from now.
Yep, it'll be there forever.
Yeah, thanks to Predator and all the hard work behind the scenes to bring you this action. I would love to have seen Lassiter play, but, you know, there isn't footage.
All of Mosconi's
Yeah,
runs,
sure.
All the great players.
Yeah, I mean, 200 years from now, we could compare the best in the world to this guy.
Eddie Kelly playing bank pool.
Absolutely. There you go.
Especially how much people seem to really have enjoyed the bank pool showdown between the 12 players. Look how nice he just kills the ball.
Yeah, he's
Just so nice.
yeah, he's an amazing player. And yeah, I have to give a lot of credit to these tables, though. If the tables don't play perfect, these players cannot play this good. And this table is giving Josh a chance to show you why he's an 850 Fargo.
And second set
Very
belongs
nice.
to Joshua Filler with a score of 4-1. That's 8 games to 1 in these 2 sets. You know, one of the things that I used to hear a lot of players talk about is how these races to 4 are just not fair.
Well,
Now, how do you like it when these guys have to win 16 games?
yeah, the other format was good, but this is better. This is protecting the better players. But like you said, the cream rises to the top. Even when you have like a bar table tournament, it's the 2 or 3 killers in the room that always end up at the end. Pool is just such a difficult game that even if it's on a bar table with 5-inch pockets, the best players still are there at the end. But, you know, I've said this before earlier this week, and it's going to start arguments, and I'm going to get disagreements. The things I've learned this week tell me that this is the best made table, best playing table on earth, and that's a big statement, and I stand behind it with what I've learned this week behind the scenes. And you just remember me saying that a year from now when you see these in all the events and the players prefer to play on these tables.
Well, you watch them all, and they're all really nice. I mean,
Yes.
just you watch them move the cue ball around with ease, the rails, the banks. Now that they played bank pool on one pocket on them, I think that's where you really get a great measure of a table.
That's an interesting point, George. You're right. When you get the rails involved,
Sure.
and you know these guys have aimed their banks a certain way their whole life. They made 1 million banks this week. The tables played perfect. Predator finally got it right.
You know, you've always heard, well, this maker, their tables bank short. This
Right.
maker, their tables bank bad. You know,
Right.
these rails and these rails, these tables played very well all
right.
week long.
Well, Predator and their engineers, you know, when they get behind the scenes and work on something, they're going to get it right. They did it with their cues. They have the best carbon shafts, and now they've done it with the table. I'm not surprised. You know, I've seen how Predator operates the last 20 years, and it's no surprise to me that these are the best tables in the world.
You know, one of the things I have seen from Predator is they're always on the improvement. They listen to the players, they listen
Exactly.
to the mechanics, they listen
Exactly.
to people that are knowledgeable, and they improve, improve, and improve.
And that's
They have
that's the way you do it.
They're always tweaking to make it better.
Yeah, when Ferrari has Mario Andretti come into the pits and says this car's pushing through the corners, they don't argue with him. They just make the adjustments, and that's
There you go.
what Predator does with the players. They say, does this table play right? So I'll leave it at that. But you're looking at the premier table in the world, and there's a reason so many people have ordered one this week.
I actually was at the Predator booth, and I saw a young lady, a lady from Tucson. She wasn't real young. Order a table.
Sure. I think they've sold, well, I don't even know. It's so many I haven't kept track, but it's catching on. It's just like, you know, the Predator Pure Chalk. At first, people thought that's ridiculous, $20 for a piece of chalk. We all know it's the best stuff now. That's why you see all the pros using it. Now, this is a difficult shot here. You have to really draw right in between the 9 and the side pocket. But you see, he kind of like, okay, I lost the first 2 sets. That's over. Now he's really refocused, because if he can win this set, we've got action. Good shot. Good shot.
I was
That's all
going to
it-
ask
yeah,
if
it
he
was-
was going to bump
It was a
that.
little too thin to get
Sure.
above it, sure.
Because you could bounce it to the side
Yeah.
or bounce it to the corner.
And
He was
you'd
bound
have
to get a shot.
You would have had to elevate and use a massive amount of draw to beat that kiss. And he said, nah, I'll just run into it smartly.
You know, if we're playing regular pool, we have a score of 8-1. How do you feel when you're in a match and the score is 8-1 and you're racing to 15?
To 15, I mean, I'm I've lost from there. I've won from there. I mean, I keep trying, but I wouldn't be I wouldn't be too happy about it.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, I don't know what the exact number is. But
Yeah.
when you're down 8-1, going to 15 against an equal level opponent, I would have to think you're only going to win like 1 out of 13 sets
Yeah.
or something.
And in this format, you put 2 or 3 games together, and all of a sudden he puts 3 games together. He's now up a set.
Right.
Or he's only down 1 set, and he's got to win another one.
Well, this format keeps it interesting for the
Sure.
spectators.
It's quick to get away from you, and it's quick to get it back.
Ira Lee there, super nice guy.
Oh, we've had a lot of fun at his booth playing carom on those 5x10 Predator carom tables. Kareem Balaj, as he just nodded to the camera. The gentleman on the left is the maker and owner of Yalin tables. And there goes an eyeball. Yes. Shot on the 2. Oh, might we see something special from Dennis here?
Well, yeah, I think that was the 1. The 1's the same thing. I mean, made a ball. That's all that matters. He's got the right angle on the 2. To get to the 3, the 4 is really going to be tricky. Good shot there. He's a little thin on this 3 to hold for the 4. So he's going to have to run past it and play the 4 down by the 9, I believe. Oh, surely he's not lining up for the count.
It's easier to get to.
Yeah,
I like the inside English and playing the 4 up by the 9.
Yeah. Oh man, you couldn't put a gun on me to play this combination. They're spread apart a foot and a half. Jeez.
And you play a lot of those playing straight board.
Yeah.
Not that far away, huh?
You try not to, but sometimes you have to. I think I would turn this in with right-hand English and go into the 7 lightly. Well, this can work. You know, you could hold behind the 7 here just as protection.
I think he plays this.
Oh yeah, he'll shoot
Sure.
this. He'll shoot this, but he might hold behind the 7 as a little insurance. Just kind of pinch it. Well, he just went all out. Good shot. Good shot. And believe me, folks, this guy's one of the best players in the world. If he gets dialed in and going, wouldn't it be heroic to win the tournament from here? To beat Josh both sets, to win in a shootout? But we've seen stuff like that.
We have. We have seen players make comebacks from 3-1 down, from 3-0 down.
Yeah. I mean, this guy's an 800 Fargo. He has superpowers, and you just haven't really seen it yet. And Josh knows it. He knows how dangerous this guy is.
See if he slides down for the 8 or if he...
Yeah, just bounce off this rail a little bit. Yeah.
He wanted to stay on this side because the other side, the 10 ball,
That's right.
hampers the position.
Dennis. Oh, pull such
There's
a tough
heartbreaker, having to travel that cue ball all the way back up. Did he?
Well, he's got to be disgusted. He just can't get settled in. Whoa, what happened?
The ball
the cue ball scratched
The cue
too.
ball,
Oh,
we
yeah.
didn't see it. They cut the camera away.
Right.
We didn't see it.
Well, you know, I mean, I hate that Dennis has to be the guinea pig for this, but we're so used to seeing how great these pros play that you can get lulled into thinking pulls easy and all that. This right here shows how hard it is to play 800 Fargo pool. I mean, Dennis did not get an 800 Fargo by playing like this. So it's just, you're always an eyelash away from playing well below your speed and going 2 and out in a tournament.
Well, keep in mind, he's undefeated to this point.
Exactly.
And he played, oh, I think it was 7 matches. Seven matches.
Yeah. And played phenomenal through all of them.
In those matches, he won 14, 16, 18 sets. The races to 4.
18 sets. How many sets did he lose?
Just one.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm sorry, 3. He lost 3 sets.
So he won
He lost 1
18
set
sets
to
and
Sharik
lost 3.
Sayed and lost 2 sets to Emil Gunn. In the last 32, he lost 2 sets to Emil and beat him 3-2.
Yeah, exactly.
So he beat him in a shootout.
I don't know. Dennis might have just watched one of my instructional videos today or something. He's completely all messed up. I don't know what's going on here.
Well, the problem with that instructional video, John, is that that was in straight pool. They're
Yeah.
playing 10 ball.
Oh,
The
yeah.
break had nothing to do with it. There's a break. There goes the 8 ball. Ooh, it looked like the 4-railer was dead on, but no. It's going to block the 1.
Well, I hate to call out racking and the refs because they got a tough job, but that was a little sluggy right there.
Gintaras Petrovas from Lithuania is the referee from the European Pocket Billiard Federation. They bring in referees from all over the world.
Well,
we have them from Latvia.
You know, and to
Australia.
be frank, what can happen is you've been here all week, you've racked a million times, and your lower back can get tired. If you don't lean way out and really look over those balls, plus you feel the crowd bearing down on you, like, hurry up. It's easy to kind of just chuck them up there and there'd be a crevice or two. But those balls weren't rack tight.
Yeah, he's not a small guy. He's about 6'4".
Yeah, I'm not going to tell him I said anything about his rack.
Exactly.
I'll blame you.
In fact, in our hospitality room for the referees and commentators, we were talking about racking the balls and some of the little crevices you spoke to, and how they creep in and how they happen.
Yeah, there's no way to stop it, really.
Yeah.
I mean, and the thing is, it's kind of good for pool because it produces these real tricky racks where there's a lot of kicks and safes. You know, it's better than these little road maps that put the crowd to sleep.
Sure. And take note, folks, all the balls are on one side of the table. And what side of the table did Dennis break? Dennis break
Oh,
from?
yeah, maybe from that side,
He
right?
broke from that side. When they break from the side, usually with a real hard speed, all the balls seem to work their way back over to the same side. When the speed varies, you get better layouts.
Yeah. Now he might just graze off this 3 and go over to the end rail.
Trying to make sure see if it's frozen.
Oh.
I like going the other way, or does they go right to the corner?
Yeah, I think you can play it either way, but I think I just send the cue ball to the end rail. The 3's only going to move a half an inch, if that.
Just like that.
Yeah, perfect.
Free ball in the corner.
It's a super tough hit here. Dennis, a big favorite this rack. He'd like to start every game from this position.
Extension.
He missed a kick earlier along the same lines.
Nice shot.
He didn't miss that one.
Yeah, that was a hard kick.
Sure. Had to be rather accurate.
How you like this shot, George? This shot turned me into a commentator. I don't like these one
I'm going to
bit.
stick that ball right there, right by that
You're
7
right,
ball.
and
We'll let
send
it go
it
2
3-0.
rails behind the 4 ball.
Uh-huh. You know, these top players take these on a lot, but
Sure.
man, these are so easy to butcher.
Well, the 4 ball won't go by the 5, I don't think.
Yeah, they're so easy to miss. He knew as
Yeah.
soon as he shot it. That's what I'm saying. And it's one of those shots that you kind of feel like peer pressure to shoot. Like, well, I'm supposed to shoot this. Everybody else does. And then you miss it, lose the game, go sit down.
The reason I wouldn't shoot that shot is I don't want to bank this score. When I had a
Yeah,
safety that's good, that I'm pretty much guaranteed a safety.
Yeah,
And a good one.
you know, these world-class players shoot that shot and they make it a lot. But that's the kind of shots that they will turn the table over on because it wasn't so demanding that you automatically play safe.
How do you like this shot?
Oh, I hate it.
Four ball in the
You're
corner.
jacked up over this ball. Nobody's really the favorite to make this. Yeah, you wonder if that was a hard shot. Even Filler missed it. Yeah, those just when you're jacked up over a ball that bad, it's you're less than even money for sure.
Got to get on the 6. The 5, excuse me. I keep confusing the 5 and the 7 ball. With
I'll
this
tell you
lighting,
what, this-
just looks the same to me.
Right. No, yeah, no, you're the 5 and the 7, of course, have always kind of looked similar.
There's a good look at Hintaras. Has a business in Lithuania. He does tables,
Oh,
sells
okay.
cloth. He's in the pool industry, along with refereeing all over the world.
Well, I tell you what, if the 6 goes, that was a heck of a shot right there. I think it does. Well, he had a tiny little window. No, I think he's playing safe or something. Oh man, is that an optical illusion? I thought he was playing. Well, tricked me there, Dennis. Nice shot.
Same shot, or do you accept the angle for the side?
Well, I'm having such a hard time guessing sometimes on this monitor what they're doing, but let me see here. Guess we'll find out the old-fashioned way.
I don't like shooting balls to the side pocket when I have an angle, so I just shoot it just like that.
Yeah, okay.
That's the preferable shot there. Less movement on the cue
Yeah.
ball.
Tell you what, you could win this set, and we got action. You have to win this set, or it's over. You know, Josh is so tough that even just beating him a race to 4 seems daunting. Like, how am I going to pull this off? You know, a lot of the events on the tour used to be like races to 13. Now even races to 4. It seems like nobody can stop him.
And these tables, the Apex, along with the Predator Arcadia Cloth, the Aerorack, the Arena Lights, the Arco ball. I will say, these balls are great.
They're the
They
best
are
I've ever
fantastic.
played with,
They're
and
the
I've
be-
used
they're
them all.
fantastic. I picked up a set just recently, and I have them at home now, and I just truly love those balls. Every time I've hit them, I like them. League players from all over the world here for the BCAPL World Championships and for the USAPL National Championships at the Q Sports International Expo. About 7,000 players. All the teams arrived today, so this place is packed. It's steaming. You can't walk down the huge corridors between the tables. 3 ballrooms full of at least 100 tables per ballroom, all being used. You want to practice? You can't find a table.
No, there's thousands of people here.
If you've never been here for this event, in fact, there are banners all over the hallways. The greatest pool experience in the world.
Yeah, there was nothing like this when I first got into pool, really. You just went to like pool room tournaments and crappy dim lighting and filthy tables and hot dogs in the corner. I mean, it was like this stuff now is just unbelievable.
Were you around for things like the Camel Tour back in the late 80s?
No,
early
I
90s?
started playing pool in the early 90s, and that
okay.
was right kind of when the
Right
Camel
after.
Tour well, I
Sure
think the
did.
Camel Tour was in the 90s, but I wasn't good enough to
Yeah.
play on it. But I seen, you know, stuff on TV. They would always have some big stupid logo in the middle of the TV and of the table, and you couldn't even see the balls on like the Atlantic Resorts Classic. It was, oh, it was hideous.
Well, towards the end of that, they used to have a light that would shine down with,
Right.
with the logo, but when the players were playing, that light would be turned off.
Right. It's
But
just
yeah,
so much better.
they used to, there's quite a bit. The IPT tour, I think that was right around the late 90s, early 2000s.
You mean the PBT? The PBT.
IPT, wasn't it?
Oh, the IPT?
Uh-huh.
Oh, no, that was like in 05. I played on
Right.
that.
Yeah, that was
that was in 05.
2005, 2006. I think Rodney and Efren played in one of the biggest finals.
Yeah, Efren won 500,000.
yeah.
Rodney run 50.
Yeah.
And
Torsten Holman won about 350.
yeah, they brought that out
Yeah.
with shotguns and cash on the table.
Sure.
Of course, we all got, you know, in the last couple of tournaments, we all just got the IOUs and had to wait. But he paid, you know, I got paid. I was owed like 11,000. I got 1,000 a month for like a year. I couldn't believe it.
Well,
I mean, that's pretty good.
I bought you a dinner every once in a while.
Yeah. Oh, I was thrilled to get it. Well, he has to shoot a cool shot here, I think. Side row, in row. The old kind of this is a cousin of the shot Efren made in the finals, the Z shot. This is very similar. In 1996, he did it in the finals against Earl Strickland. Just like that, and it was almost like that. Kicked the ball right in the 6 ball, and then made the 7, 8, 9 to win.
I don't believe he got a rail. I'm not sure.
Oh.
It might have hit the ball going in and out. Let's take a look here.
No, it hit it going in and out. Yeah,
right,
that's
exactly.
good eye, George. Though you're
Yeah.
right. That looked very close.
The referee had the better eye. He didn't make the call.
You know, it's funny stuff like that. I've seen start quite a few arguments in pool
Sure.
rooms.
Oh, it's close.
Because to
Very,
the
very
naked
close.
eye, that didn't look like he got a rail.
Oh, it looked like he did.
I mean, yes,
Yeah.
excuse me.
Yeah,
Yeah, it looked like he
but
did. Yeah.
The other guy might have thought it didn't.
Right.
And unless you had that rerun, that replay, you wouldn't see it.
No, I'm saying, no, he did get a rail there.
Sure.
But I'm saying it would have started an argument because it looked like he didn't. It looked
Correct.
like he got behind it, kicked it out. Yeah. Exactly. Tell you what, he was pretty limited there, but you know, Filler just he'll punch us in, I'm sure.
Yeah, Filler was tried and tested here this week. I will say, Alex Kazakis had a great match against him. They were 4-3, 4-3, 4-3, and in the last set, Filler won 4-2.
Wow.
Prior to that, Marco Tucher gave quite a run for his money. In fact, Tucher missed a spot shot,
Oh,
and he was beat 4-3 in the spot shots.
I'll tell you what, Josh made a little mistake here. Got hooked. He won't be happy with this. He's going to have to slow swerve to the purple, hopefully come down under the 10. No, I think he can just go right at it without the curve. Can't tell. He could hit it. Okay. Good shot.
Might have a sliver.
Yeah, can he, you know, he might play this rail first if he can. It'd be his only real chance to pocket the 4.
4 balls.
I
You're
don't
right.
think so.
It's close. Looks
Is
like
it?
he looks like he can get about a diamond away.
Okay.
That'd be pretty close, especially from this angle. Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he's going for the rail first.
Oh, he's going to play a slight little swerve.
I'll tell you what, he'll take this all day for what he had, unless it scratches. Oh, yeah, he'll take that.
I think he played it that way. I think he was finding it hit a rail and a real thin
Real
coming
nice
around.
shot.
Sure.
Extension.
He's got his air rush jump cue. And he's going to leave a tough shot on the purple. Tell you what, though, if you can make this somehow, it'll leave you the correct angle to move from the 5 to the short side. Well, not the short side, but the correct side of the 6. Yeah, he almost wants the cue ball not where it's at, but about 4 or 5 more inches out. But let's see what he does. You know, boy, I tell you, he's shooting a lot of shots where he's almost just walking back to his chair before the cue ball's rolling there. He's disgusted. Dennis, trust me. I know the feeling. Good shot.
Is this where you wanted to
yeah,
get on the
this
6?
is perfect.
Yep.
You can peel around the 10. Four rails right underneath it. And now you can go side rail, end rail into the 7. You got to watch the side pocket, of course. That's a big pocket. But yeah, I think he can. Oh, wow. Well, that caught me off guard. I guess he didn't think he could beat the 10, miss the 10.
Maybe he thought it was a tight pocket and he didn't want to take a chance using a lot of speed and English on it.
Yeah, even as great as Josh plays, he's not in love with this shot. It looks easy on camera.
Looks like he's banking it, but he's probably playing safe. I'm not sure what he called. Oh, he's cutting the ball. I thought he'd be banking it.
Spin around the 10 here with a high right cue ball.
What a shot, Josh.
Yes, it was. Oh, you know, again, isn't that an obstacle? I mean, doesn't that look like he can miss the 10 easily? He's going off the 10 with high left-hand English. Watch this. I'll tell you what, it didn't work exactly like he wanted, but that was pretty smart.
All the way down. Will that
Pocket
slide
speed,
in? It
yeah.
does. Pocket speed makes him bigger.
Straight pulled it right in there. Nice shot.
Straight pulled it.
Man, I'll tell you, this guy here is in complete control of his emotions, game. Just, boy, he's tough.
Tied at 2 in a set that Dennis must win or be runner-up. Taras racking the balls. There's the apex table. Let's give a shout out to our sponsors while he racks the balls. We have Predator Group, Kamui, Yalin, Little Monsters, Samsung TV Plus, Box Billiards, Venn Billiard Corporation, and of course Ozzie Reynolds and Q Sports International. We're at the Rio All Suites Hotel and Casino for the CSI Expo. The LED arena lighting makes it rather colorful. They get the players up there. Pretty impressive how they changed that.
You know, yeah, maybe I'm easily impressed or something. I think this arena is the coolest thing ever. The way they can change that. I mean, it's just,
yeah, they don't have to
top
change
notch.
Billboards. They don't have to change paintings.
No,
They don't have. They just change the lighting. It's awesome.
Super, super nice looking.
Otherwise, the players could go home with their faces painted on a board. You
Yeah.
put it in your garage.
Yeah, it's this arena looks amazing. A lot of times you see like that casino carpet with a bunch of, I like the real contemporary gray carpet against the blue cloth, and the players' photos really pop. I mean, this, whoever picked this arena really knew what they were doing. Top notch.
Yeah, the carpet they've actually had for a bit. They, I think it comes in squares.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and they
it's
move
just
it
a
around.
great
I remember them putting it up. I've been here when they put this all together. Take a look at it.
How about this shot? Just get right behind the 9. I don't know. I've ran out of superlatives. I mean, this Josh is just, as soon as I say I missed the kick, but to win, you know, it's either Fedor or Shane or Josh winning almost every tournament. And Jason Shaw should send this kid a Christmas card every year and thank him for not taking up straight pool more seriously, because he would run 1,000 in about a week. I really believe that.
He just might. And he might do it on this table or any other table with
Yeah,
4
you
and a
might
quarter
do it
inch
on a
pockets.
snooker table.
He
Yeah,
might-
while texting.
Exactly. Well texting.
Yeah.
Weren't you the one that told me that sometimes a player will sit there, be on the phone, and because their ear is up against their shoulder with the phone in there, they don't miss the ball?
Yeah,
Were
like
you
you're
the
not
one
even
telling me
trying.
that?
Yeah, I don't, but I've seen that.
Yeah.
Yeah, people play with a phone to their ear and play good.
Yeah.
Yeah, Josh is about a 780 Fargo with a phone to his ear. Nice. Hey,
Oh, he
got a
went for
little
the quick
heavy.
win. Showing a little desperation maybe to get on the hill for the
Yeah,
first
well,
shot.
I know exactly what he's going through right now. He's a little bit disgusted, and you know, in golf you'll see a player slam their clubs, and in pool we'll just shoot at shots kind of willy-nilly. It's sort of the same thing. It's a way of like slamming your club without slamming their club.
Well, and
I mean, he was trying to
things-
win the game and the
Sure.
combination, but his mind is really not settled. He's upset.
Well, in pool, you slam your cue and you may get a yellow card here.
Yeah. Look at this shot here. Really, Josh.
Oh boy. Trouble in River
That's-
City. All the lanes are blocked.
It's pretty good.
He's got to go to the head rail and come down.
He's
Can
got
you
a
even get to a side rail here?
I don't think so. Not
Uh,
really.
He might have that Z shot again.
I mean,
He's got to come underneath the 3 if he does that, and that won't lead him to the 1. He'll be short.
he's going to try to move the 7 to where it doesn't pass the 8.
Well,
Yeah, I mean,
That
just
just work. That's the last resort.
that's
player
right.
does.
At the pro level, that is about the last
Sure.
thing these guys will ever want to do.
nice wall for the pocket.
Is he thinking of a carom?
He's
to run
looking.
out, yeah.
He's looking for the right angle on the 2 to kind of drip over there and land on the 3. Or okay, I don't know. Maybe he can go under the 3.
He's going to have to.
Yeah. Ton of right hand spin and real slow. Let the spin take. Creep, creep, creep up there. Nice.
Donkeys table.
Probably stay on the same side and shoot the same shot for the 4. No, he'll
Well,
probably follow it.
the thing is, to get to the 6, this is going to be interesting because he's kind of on the wrong side of the 4 to do that.
So he follows.
Yeah,
created
now
the
he can do
angle to
more.
get to it.
Okay.
Correct. That's why we have John here, so he can instruct us on how to get around
Well,
shots like that.
in fairness to all the commentators that you've ever heard make a wrong call, I just cannot see the exact angle they have. So I'm guessing a lot, and I'm going to be wrong a lot. These players seeing down the cue shot, you know, they can tell what they can do. But
Sure.
I just love his choices. I mean, it's easy to say that. The kid plays so good, but I just like the way he plays. The pace, plays quick for the fans. And but he plays a very wise game.
Well, for a lot of you viewers out there, we're running out of time because he's got 2 games to close this out. But the women's tournament is here, and there's a young lady from the Philippines that plays like this, if not
That's what I'm
faster
hearing.
than this. The little Jessica Centeno. So stay tuned for the women's tournament, for the Las Vegas Women's Open, and catch some of her on the streams, and you'll be as impressed.
It looks like
We are going to play a clip. We'll be right back. And we are back to the live action. That 8-ball and 9-ball apparently was pocketed by Mr. Filler. And we are at 3-2 in the third set. Dennis must come back and win 2 games here. He must come back and win them, or Joshua will lift that 37-5 check. And Dennis will walk off with his 17-5.
Wow, 17-5 for second. Man, Pools came a long ways. That's double what you could win winning first place. And now second place is around 20,000. Pool has really came up.
It's 30-something. For the World 10 ball, it's 75,000. And this is just a 128 player, the Las Vegas Men's Open.
Yeah. This became a viable career for many.
Extension.
Yeah, the prize money is your champion will take home 37.5, your runner-up 17.5. Semi-finalists each took home. There was 2 of them. 87.50. 5th through 8th is 43.75. 9th through 16th is 21.88, and 17th through 32nd, $1,094.
Well, you know, it's so expensive to travel, but the sponsors that get behind these players are getting a great bang for their buck, because you're getting players that are out there on camera every single week. And in any other sport, that would cost like $1 million. So having these great players represent your product is fantastic marketing, because the whole world's watching this right now.
Sure.
Good shot. Look at him stick that cue ball. Boy, I tell you, he is in full control.
We had basically 3 sets of uninterrupted pool, and then had to play that clip.
It would have been very easy to scratch off that ball.
Sure.
And he just hit it just right.
Instead, it's a pretty contained safety. With a good hit, and did he call that? Almost made it. For you amateur players out there, when you have a shot like that, if you think you're going to hit it, call it someplace, just in case it goes. That way, it's your decision whether you step up to the table or not your opponent's.
Wow, Josh, what a feeling. He's on the hill to win 37.5 and one of the biggest titles of his life. And I'm proud to be a part of it. You know, you guys are the voice of pool. George, I listened to you and DeRuyter and Mark White, and those voices are embedded in my mind when I watch these. I sit at home and watch all this stuff. I love it. I'm a pool fan too. So to be a part of this has been fun this week.
It's funny, I sometimes walk in and somebody will tell me, I was just listening to you.
Oh, sure.
And then, of course, I get other guys that say, you give me nightmares. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Pool fan.
No, you're beautiful on the mic. I mean, you're a good player, and you know what you're looking at, and you have a lot of respect for the players of the game. And for you and I to cover this is an honor.
I've been rather honored having you here with us.
Oh, thank you, George. It's been fun.
It's been great. It's been entertaining, and it's been educational.
Well, big shot here for Dennis, but you know, the way he's feeling, I just can't quite read what he's going to do, because he just seems like he's not feeling comfortable this set.
He's going to get tough here is what he's going to do. Now he's got to find a safety.
Right. Well, you know, George, I used to be a thoroughbred, and now I'm like a donkey that the kids pet at birthday parties. So for Predator to bring me back into the mix and let me talk about pools, it's been a lot of fun.
Well, it gets you away from the train station there in Wyoming.
That's right. Yeah, what do you do here? Yeah, just fire it cross side. What a shot. And I'll tell you what, he plays quick. I like that. I never realized he played this fast. Now that 8's a big ball. You kind of have to tighten this cue ball up with bottom left so it stays like that, so it stays inside the 8. Nice shot.
good here.
Oh boy. I'd like to have been a little closer to this 6.
Kind of describe this as a standard layout.
Yeah, I mean, but this 6 is quite missable.
Avoiding the side and holding for the 7, or do you just go to the rail and play the 7 in the
I
side?
think I bounce off the side rail here. Yeah, like that. Yeah, but I tell you, he jumps up a little bit too, but he's so talented, he just makes them anyway most of the time. Well, the ball was gone before he jumped up, and that's key. You don't want to move until the cue ball's left your stick.
Well, we're going to have an exciting set here as he's coming close to getting it to hill.
Well, he has to. I'll tell you what, this 9 is going to be tricky. He's going to be on the wrong side of the 9 to get to the 10 easy. So you have to kind of get this cue ball to stun out off this 8. Nice shot. Oh, that was actually fantastic. He had to play that with a high right-hand cue ball. Adds a lot of difficulty. Made it look easy.
That's where I thought he'd go. Does he try to hit the rail and come off, John?
He's going to draw down past the 10, I believe, with a middle right cue ball. No, he was thick enough to hold it.
Okay.
That was a nice shot because that one there, very easy to come up short or past the 10. That took some touch.
That's why I asked if I thought he might guarantee himself using the rail.
Yeah, and if it was a half-inch thinner or so, he might have, you know. That's just a call the players can make better than us because they can see the shot line.
And that applause is because the fans out there, packed house, want to see more pool. They want Dennis to win this game right here. They would love to see a break and run or a break and a 2-9 combo or 2-10 combo and win this game to send it to another set. Otherwise, it's over.
Well, over the years, George, I've seen this 100 times where one player runs a 7-pack. It just looks unbelievable. The other player helpless, and they win. And they come back and win hill. It's Dennis could absolutely win this set and the next, and win in the shootout. You know, he's not in the finals because he's some kind of mediocre player.
And actually, if Dennis wins this set, he would be opening the last set, breaking. Since Josh won the lag, he broke first. Dennis breaks second in the second set, and then Josh breaks in the third, which means that Dennis would break in the fourth. And since it is winter break, the fourth. But you know something? We've been having these tournaments, races to 4, for a few years now, quite a few years. There have not been any complete break and runs from the onset.
Really?
Yes.
Boy, and that's something. All these world-class players and hundreds, and nobody's broken ran 4 in a row.
I think at one time at the beginning there was, because the 10 used to count on the break, but with the 10 not counting on the break, it's never happened.
Are you talking about breaking and running 2 sets in a row, 8 racks, or 4?
No,
just
4.
4.
Just 4.
Wow.
Just 4.
Well, there you go. Shows how hard it is to do. Yeah, to make a ball on the break and get a shot on the one, hand racking. Yeah.
Yeah. And so that pretty much explains to a lot of people out there why they hand rack and not the, template rack. If these guys can replicate the successful break every time where the 1 ball is and what balls go in.
Yeah, with the template.
With the template?
They've Tyler Steyer ran on 11, which still though an 11-pack on his tight table. That's an incredible feat,
wow.
Magic rack or not. But
that's your $1 million 9-ball exhibition from Earl Strickland. How long ago was that?
Well, I'll tell you what though. To do it when there's $1 million on the line, kind of shows you why Earl was Player of the Decade, 5-time World Champion, 5-time U.S. Open. A lot of the youngsters these days don't understand how good that guy played. And how much we dreaded drawing him, because he might not only just run a 6-pack, he might tell you dead off the middle of the set.
And you thought you could win here?
Yeah.
I'll tell you,
He put butts in the seats, George.
you honored me with a visit to my house, and we played there, and I learned quite a bit. I had Earl over one night, and I'm telling you right now, he played better than any human being I have ever witnessed.
I believe it.
It was absolutely sick. And then he says, I just love your table. I played pretty good, didn't I?
Hey, all the tournaments I ever had to win, Earl was there, man. And I promise you,
tell
he
ya.
was the Joshua Filler of my era. He was tough to deal with.
That was one of the nights of my life when he was over.
Believe it. Big game here. Good shot.
Kick and stick.
Yeah, this one's laying real good to stick it too.
One both side
Well,
pocket.
Yeah, he's gonna
On the side.
try to get the cue ball to just stop right there. Nice.
Oh, what a
Perfect.
pretty shot.
Now he's a favorite to win this game. Well, I'll tell you what, that 8's laying pretty rough. Actually, yeah, nobody's really the favorite to run out here.
I think the first one with an open shot.
Man, Josh kicks good. Does he ever miss a
Oh,
kick?
He rarely
Hardly
gives
ever.
up ball in hand. Rarely gives up ball in hand. I wish the pool stat guy would keep stats on. If he keeps all the stats, I would like to see his safety efficiency
Oh, it's
against the rest of the
sure, it's
the
super
rest
high.
of the group of all the players.
Yeah, he moves like a genius playing 9-ball. I mean, I see all his shot selections and just, it's like a watch. Well, he's a great one pocket player. Good shot there. Well, this is the correct angle to move to the 3. Difficult little shot, kind of a straight pull break shot. Whenever that cue ball's near the rail, kind of tough. You got to cue this with like a bottom right. Well, he might go into the 10 even. No, he just decided to avoid it totally. Nice shot. I'm surprised he doesn't like this. I think he wanted a little bit more angle, didn't he? That 8-ball is really, it's like, it's always something. Here you are, hill, and you're running out, and the 8 has to be there.
Well, the one thing about the 8-ball though is the 7's going to be right there, and it leads him to get the angle that he needs to do what he has to do with the 8, what he decides to do with the 8. And who knows?
Yeah.
Maybe the angle we see it from is
Yeah, it
not
might
as bad.
go. Yeah.
It might go because from right there it looks like it goes.
I'll tell you what, does the 4 go? I think it does. It's a half a pocket. Nice shot.
Well, this all of a sudden got very interesting.
Well, playing shape to the 6 with that 7 there
Yeah.
is, he's going to have to do something kind of tricky. Do you not want to clip the 7, obviously?
I think he goes by it. He's able to go by
Yeah,
it.
nice
Sure.
shot,
There you
nice
go.
shot. Cut it real thin. Now he's going to hold with an angle on the 7 to go in 2 rails into the 9-8, I believe. I would have to guess. Maybe not. Maybe the 8 goes. We'll find out.
Only he knows, because
I
from
don't
our
think it
angle,
goes.
it doesn't. You can't tell if it goes or not. But it looks
be able
to
to
me like
tell.
it'll go from right there.
Yeah, he has to go into him then, or he wouldn't have left this much angle. Or, well, oh, it goes then.
If he's looking to play to that position there, it's going to go. He
I'll
feels like he
I'll
does.
tell you, it's he got a little funny on the 7 if he's trying to play the 8 in the side. He got a little bit thin here. He might have to draw this cue ball 2 rails. Ugh. Nice shot there.
Hey, both side pocket.
That's perfect.
So the referee would be on top of this one. And Quintadas is right behind Dennis.
Yeah, and if he hits the 9 first, it's going to move pretty quick. I think it'll be an easy
easy call if it's a bad hit. That was a good hit.
Perfect.
Nice boy, it went.
And we might have more action. Straight drawback.
I think so, but yeah, with the new cloth drawn, it's a little easier, less cue ball travel.
Just don't go in the corner.
Sure.
And this 10 ball to send it to the fourth and deciding set. Well, it won't be deciding because if he wins the next set, it goes to a shootout.
Nice job, Dennis. That took a lot of moxie to come back and win a set after the way things have been going. A lot of heart.
Yeah, and to close out that rack. I mean, he's,
Yeah.
regardless of how it laid,
Oh,
you
yeah.
still have to execute that with your heart pumping about
Oh, yeah.
147 beats per
Showed
minute.
a lot of ticker to get through
Yeah,
that
sure
set.
did.
It would have been easy to kind of just, you know, throw in the towel mentally and give up.
Wow, what a great set has turned out to be. Let's take a look now. Let's see a set one. You can see the progression from Dennis especially. Set one, he didn't have much opportunity, and when he had it, didn't really capitalize. Set two, you know, well, look at Josh. 946, 921, and 719 in the last set. Overall performance. Whereas Dennis went the other way around. This trend continues. We may see a shootout. Dennis will win the last set. But great success. Dennis seems to have come into his own.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, he played great that set.
Josh broke, I guess he broke 3 times and wasn't very successful. As he's at 40, he was at 0% in the third set, didn't make a ball. Safety efficiencies, there we go. See how much higher the safety efficiency is for Josh?
Yeah, Josh moves. We call it moving. You know, his safeties, his shot selection when he ducks, and he's such a great one pocket player. But he moves real good, plays safe, great, just real creative, knows all the shots. I mean, all the pros really do. I mean, I'm sort of
Sure they
talking
do.
like they don't know
One of-
shit,
one
but
of the-
Josh, just for a youngster, I mean, he's under 30 years old. He plays like Efren, where he just knows all the moves.
Oh, I can't. That doesn't move, does it? No, it doesn't matter. Couldn't read the little billboard they put up for us on the bottom there. Oh, I see it now. John, that was for us, commentators, you and I.
What's that?
The little billboard that was.
Oh, all
behind
my
us.
mistakes. I'm a 227 POP
They
performance
put our
commentator.
statistics on.
Yeah.
I've missed 27 calls.
Oh, you know, another
And you
guy I
had to
forgot
correct me
to mention.
28 times.
One of the best voices in pool, and my friend Jim White from Canada.
I love Jim.
He's doing remote.
Yes.
He's doing remote commentary, and he's fantastic.
Yeah, we have on the remote streams, on the remote commentary, we have Mark White, Jim White, Tim DeRuiter, and Ben, I think it's Ben, I don't remember his last name.
Oh, Ben
From
from,
France.
England. Yeah,
From
they're-
France.
yeah. The whole team is fantastic.
The whole team is fantastic.
Yeah, you guys
And
all
here
know what
we
you're
have
doing.
Eric Orlofsson, Big Red out of
Yeah,
Canada.
Big Red we call him. He's
Yeah.
great.
It's been a great 8 days here. We have 3 left. We have tomorrow. We still have the women's Las Vegas Open. We still have the finals of the bank pool coming up. We'll have of course, the finals of the women. Other finals do we have? I think the bank pool. This is the Las Vegas Open. The women. That's pretty much it. The face-off already happened. The juniors happened. What a great event that was. What a showcase for the juniors. I can't say enough about that.
Well,
You have Raw Hannah out there with the BEF and the Federation, or I forget exactly what it's called. But to have a program that's starting to really get behind them and expose them to coaching, to traveling, to tournaments. The juniors received a free entry into this, and one of them made it to the final 32.
Well, you know, George, like in golf, they have an incredible junior program and just stepping stone to bigger things. And it's just good for the industry because if the kids aren't playing, who's going to play? And so Predator's giving a lot back, and it just it's good to see. It's great to see Predator putting $400,000 into the prize fund this week. Wow.
I forgot to mention one big important piece of this. We'll have the Challenge of Champions playing their 8-ball set to determine who the champion's going to be between Christina Tkach and Rubelin Amit. That'll be Friday night at 8 p.m.
Yeah, that'll be something. They're both supremely talented. Nice shot there. Just nicked it in there like it's a hanger. All the pressure in the world on his shoulders.
Is that a little smile we see on his
Yeah,
face? We
he's
didn't see
just-
that in the
yeah.
first set, did we?
Well, it's sort of a smile of like, ugh, this got funny. He's on the wrong side of this purple to move to the 5. So, and this is a tough shot just to make.
Oh, great shot.
Yep.
And of course, one of the things I left off, and I left it off on purpose, is we still have the mixed doubles. 32 teams of the best pairings in the world.
Yep.
Oh, good
Nice
shot.
I think next year Danny Harriman and I will play as partners just to add a little entertainment value to the event.
One of you better wear
That's
a
an
skirt.
inside joke.
One
That's
of you
an
better
inside-
wear a skirt.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll pay to see
Yeah,
that.
you pay,
You
would
put
you?
on the skirt, I'll pay.
Okay.
Uh,
But Dennis just, no, he's playing perfect.
sooner or later, you work
Yeah.
yourself into it, don't you?
He's just too great of a player not to find his rhythm eventually. I think them pockets look smaller when you're playing Josh Filler, though. It's just he has got a table presence about him that's unsettling.
Isn't it
He
funny?
just looks so confident. You know,
Sure.
he flies around the table, and it just can
Oh,
it can
this
kind
got
of
a
put
little
some
tricky.
players off.
Isn't it funny how some players do make the pockets look smaller for you? The table looks bigger. You look down the table, all of a sudden that pocket looks so far away.
Right. Oh, nice shot.
Pretty.
This guy's a straight shooter. I mean, we all know that. I've watched Dennis play a million times. He's fantastic.
And winning the first game of the 4th set, Dennis GRABE, needs 3 more to send us to a shootout.
Well, between 2 pro players and a race to 4, I believe the guy that wins the first game would have to be a massive favorite in the set. I mean, because Josh has to hold him to 2 games from here and win 4. Well, Josh isn't going to spot Dennis 50 games to 100. He's not a 2-to-1 favorite per rack. So Dennis is the favorite on paper from here. Now, how it turns out, who knows?
Well, if you looked at the statistics on the player overall performance, Josh has a downward trend. Dennis had an upward trend.
There you go.
And we're at the very end of it here. And if that trend continues, I mean, Dennis is going north, Josh was going south.
Yeah, you know, there's no way that Josh could just play perfect all the time. And there's no way that Dennis could keep playing the way he did the first set. So it all figures are going to shake out in the end. But I actually think going to a shootout would be quite exciting for the fans. I'm glad I'm not involved in that shootout.
I'm not sure, but I think it would be the first time that the championship would be decided by a shootout. I
Oh,
wish
really?
If someone with has our numbers. I don't think I recall.
Oh, I figured that's happened a bunch. I didn't realize that.
No, not for the
For the
final.
whole thing,
Not
yeah.
for the final.
Oh, this is a tough shot to get started here.
They corrected me once before on a stat that I gave that I wasn't sure of. Let's see if someone can help me with this.
Well, this is horrendous. I mean, this cue ball, even if you manage to punch this one in, is going right towards the 8. This is super tough. Yeah,
Yep.
great shot. Well, now what? Play the 2 off the back of the 3, I think. I don't know about the combo.
I like that.
Well,
I like your call there.
You're going to make that as often as you're going to make the combination. But being tree-topped with the 8, make percentage here isn't really good doing anything. Yeah, he's going to play it off the 3, but...
It's hard to play safe.
Well, yeah, it's almost impossible. You'd have to come off the edge of the 2 and try to spin over behind the balls, but you'd be driving the 2 down middle. This has to go.
If he makes this, that'll put some steam in his sails.
Oh, he hit it so good. It didn't hit the rail or the 3. It caught the point. I'll tell you what, he's okay here, though. He's happy he didn't leave Josh something easy to start with. Man, he hit that good. Well, it did catch the point, yeah, the rail, but only about a ½ inch off of perfect. He's going to put him right behind the 10, I think. Yeah, look at this touch.
That's devastating.
Just every time.
Every time.
It just seems like it, doesn't it? He hasn't really butchered a safety that I can remember.
No, I can't. I don't recall one either. They were all pretty much on point.
2 ball in the corner.
Great hit,
what a
great
hit.
and might
And
get
he's gonna
fairly
get-
safe. Nice
He's
shot.
rewarded for a great hit there. Pays to hit him.
Yes,
so they say.
it does. Sure does. I don't know what I like here, George. It'd be interesting to see what he does.
Can he
'Cause
come out? Let me see it again here.
I don't see anything obvious here. I mean, you could maybe drip behind the 8 real slow, or I didn't think he could do that and get the 2 to stay. That was a nice shot. Dennis going to play the 8 here.
8 ball in the corner.
It doesn't have to go. This looks super easy on camera. But from 8 feet away, this is a tough shot.
Yeah, it looks like the caroms there.
Yeah, he could play it. It's definitely laying right, but it's missable. That's for
yes,
sure.
it is. It is. He has to. He have to draw it a little bit. or
Yeah, I
does he
think
hit
so.
the ball? Just a touch of. Yeah, he did.
Good
He
shot.
did.
And the 2's going to help. Now it needs to jump off this in rail. There we go.
And he knew to play it with speed, so it'd come back up for him. Middle of the table position, and he's laying in a nice place to get to the middle of the table. Good old Bert Kenister's tapes. Do you remember that Bert
those-
Kenister on the bar box?
Yes.
There? How do you get to the middle of the table? It's a no scratch zone. If your cue ball crosses the middle, you can't scratch. And
Yeah, that's
70% of your shots will be out of the middle of the table.
right. He's going here. This is a big shot if he can put this down. He's well on his way to winning this set. Now, and he got away with it, though. Boy, the momentum shifted.
Well, he needed a little bit of a roll there. He needed some divine intervention.
3 ball in the corner.
Now, this is an easy hit for a professional player. Josh will almost guaranteed hit the 3, but making it super tough, of course. He's going to get coverage, possibly. No, okay. Dennis has an opening shot, takes him to the 4. Well, it takes him, actually, he can maybe draw above the 4. You got to really cue low and follow through nicely.
He can draw or stun follow.
Yeah, this is to see how low he's queuing. Boy, he's really going to get into this ball. Nice
Yep.
shot. This is a little tricky. You got to get between the 6-7. Come on, nice shot.
He's got to come off the rail. He's perfect. He's a little too straight to get off the rail, isn't he?
He's going to have to take the shot on the 6 up in the corner, I believe.
Would you consider drawing this ball into the 7?
Only if the 7 didn't go. If the 7 goes, I don't think he'll do that. Like if it goes on the side, I think he'll leave it right there.
The problem with that would be he gets too straight on the 6 and he can't get down for the
Wow,
10 ball.
I did not see him drawing his ball like that to play that little tight position on the 6. I would have bet real high he didn't do that. I was surprised to see that. Because the position up in the corner was guaranteed. This could have went real bad. Shot.
And just looking at the scoreboard there on your left, folks, you can see the momentum has changed.
I know Josh is thinking, am I really going to go into a shootout for all the money? How is this happening?
He was involved in a very big one in the World Team Championships, and his wife pulled out the last shot.
That was one of the most
What an
amazing. I was on the
exciting
edge of my
shot.
seat
It was,
pulling for her.
my Lord, everybody in the world was pulling for her.
It was the most pure reaction of elation when she made that.
Oh my.
It wasn't orchestrated or phony. I mean, she truly was like in tears. I mean, probably the happiest moment of her life. And I got to live vicariously through her watching that. It was a
Sure.
lot of fun.
Sure. That was quite something to see.
Yeah. I mean, can you imagine making like a spot shot?
$60,000 shot.
With your husband counting on you for 60 grand.
Yeah,
I mean,
somewhere in that vicinity was really
Yeah, it was a lot of money.
Mucho dinero. Kamui, the title sponsor here in the Las Vegas Men's Open. Haven't read off the sponsors lately. Let's give them a go.
Yeah.
Predator Group, Kamui, Yalin, Little Monster, Samsung TV, Box Billiards, Ven Billiard Corporation, Q Sports International. Folks, go to PredatorQs.com. Take a look at their goods, accessories, tables. Go to Pro Billiard Series and keep up with all of the events, the brackets, players list. The World 10-Ball Championship will be held in Vietnam. I think it's in Ho Chi Minh City, the latter part of September. And we still need to schedule the World 9-Ball for the women.
yes.
The World 8-Ball hasn't been scheduled.
Just missed making the one on the side. Josh has got a reasonable shot on the 1, but position on the 2. This is almost like that shot DeLuna shot the other day where he powered up here with middle right English and followed this and got behind the 2.
Let's see how. Got in between the 4 and the 2. Well, the 7-ball, the 5-ball has the 2-ball block going down the rail.
Yeah, what's
He's
he gonna
look
do
to play.
here?
It goes by the 7. It looks like to the lower corner. He cut one in like this earlier. Remember?
I am not sure what the play is from here. He's got all kind of options. He's gonna have to make up his mind quickly. Shot clock's bearing down on him. I like this. I like creating distance. Even when they can see the ball from this far away, it limits a player so much. He was trying to get him behind the 9, obviously.
That would have been devastating. This is bad enough. He doesn't have a shot. You can try to play safe. The 2-ball stays there, so you can run the ball right by it and on the opposite side of the 10.
Yeah, he's gonna
That's a pretty simple.
he's gonna try to come off the right edge of this 2 with right-hand English and down into the 5 area. I believe. I don't see much else. But you need kind of a bending, running cue ball. Yeah, you'll elevate to get the cue ball to enter this 2-ball a little different, or just
You went for simplicity.
yeah. You know, I don't blame him one bit. What's wrong with that? He saw something simpler. Always go with that.
5 ball in the corner.
I'll tell you what, that was a good shot because that was not that easy to do. Josh, of course, trying to 2-rail kick this. Nice shot. Gotta leave something difficult, but doable. Oh, this is real difficult. Jacked up over the 10.
I believe Dennis was involved early on in these tournaments with the shootout in a very long, I can't remember the number of shootouts, but he was involved in a very long one. And I think Josh has had one that I know of, possibly 2 shootouts. I don't believe he's missed a spot shot yet in the shootout, which means he's due.
Yeah. I left Josh tough. Man, it's such a hard shot when you're tree topped over that 10.
Well, they're working hard for this rack. Filler certainly wants to.
Shot
How's his speed?
perfect as usual.
Oh boy, you go for the kick or are you quick with the jump cue?
Well, you know, it looks like he's kicking at it.
It's a high percentage kick.
Yeah, he's going to hit a lot of these. Just you're really at the mercy of how everything separates. I'll tell you what, he'll take this 100 times.
Oh
in a row.
my, yes.
Wow.
Look at this. What a reward for making a good
2
hit.
ball in the corner.
And this young man here is pretty good with that short cue too.
Yeah, he's got the lob wedge out. He figures to hit this, but getting on the 3's virtually impossible. These little short cues aren't going to produce the amount of backspin as a full cue. Boy, they keep getting safe on each other. No,
Oh,
I'm truly at a loss of. I don't see anything good.
I'm
Except,
looking behind the 8 and
well,
5.
I think he has to drive the 2 to the end rail. Now is he going off the edge? Maybe down behind the 8 or something. Ugh.
I sure like that.
A lot of right hand spin. No, I can't tell. I just well,
Oh, he
wow,
stayed short.
that's fantastic.
He stayed short. Simpler than
Yeah,
going long.
I thought he was going to run long there. Yeah, good shot.
Window. Maybe window.
Yeah, I think he can get in between them, but playing safe's going to be. The only thing I think he can do is bank the 2 to his left and up a few feet, and the cue ball hits the end rail. It kind of slows down with the 3, but
2 ball in the corner.
no. Oh no!
Oh.
No! Oh, that's good.
Oh,
That's
he's good.
perfect.
Oh, wow.
He'll take it. He'll take it.
This
That's
has been a
fantastic.
great safety
Yeah.
battle. Kick and save, kick and save, kick and save. This is awesome.
Foul.
Oh, I think that was a foul.
Apparently it was called.
Yep.
What a big
Yeah, it's a big tournament.
win there
event, so.
for Dennis to come away with the ball in hand.
Oh man, was that close?
Sure was.
Boy, I tell you what, I wouldn't bet my life that was a foul. I'd bet your life.
Well, I
But
would bet, I would, and I'll tell you why.
Yeah,
Because
the
the
refs
ball
are-
went down below the side
Right.
pocket. Had it been hit the other ball first, it goes up towards the side pocket.
Yeah, but to the naked eye, that was
Yeah.
a pretty good call by the ref because that was one of those that can make you kind of question yourself. It was so close. But yeah, the direction of the balls
Exactly.
will tell a lot.
That tells
right?
exactly what happened.
Yeah.
Not what it looks like happened. Is
Yeah.
exactly what happened. This is just, let's just lay back and watch this, guys.
Wasn't
This
it
is-
something how it looks like the
it-
guy can't even win a rack and
Yeah.
now Josh is struggling to do anything? Isn't that something?
And what was that? Exchange of 5 shots? 5
Yeah.
or 6 shots between the two of them?
That
Kick
was a
and
good
save,
shot
kick
there.
and save, and kick and save.
That was a good shot. If he doesn't land on that 6 correctly, getting shape on that 7 would have been quite the task.
He's coming down for the 7.
Just a little bit of high left.
Oh, he's
He's got to do it again. High left.
in the right place.
Yeah, he'd like
At
to
the
land
right-
straight on the 8. I'll tell you what, you can miss this 7 using this much spin. I would bet on him to make it, but I have seen these missed by these great players. Ooh, good shot. And nice position.
He got a lot out of that. He's going to want to be about where the 8 ball is. Oh, he wants more angle.
He'd like to come out a couple more inches. If he could have, he wouldn't have minded even just falling to the end rail, but he's too thin on the 8.
See, if he's where the 8 ball is, I like the 2 rails forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
here,
like
now
this.
here he's gonna go to the left side of the 10, more than likely. See how he plays it.
Yeah, I think he'll right where he's putting his cue, because that's kind of the natural path of this cue ball. This is just a high ball, and then the rail, the end rail, will put just a little bit of left on the cue ball. You don't really have to apply left here. Yeah, he's true.
He went to the
Easy
side,
now,
easy.
Good
Oh,
shot.
he's money.
That took a little courage to play
Sure,
that
that
like
close.
that. That can get away from you. He's feeling pretty good now. To go up 3-0 against Joshua Filler.
3-0 in a must-win set situation. Must win. $20,000 difference.
Well, just what seemed like an insurmountable task when you're down 2-0 playing Joshua Filler. Now, what's the price on him winning? And he was playing, frankly, horrible for him. And now he's playing incredible, and everything's going his way, and he has all the momentum. It's exactly what we alluded to earlier, that I've seen this a million times, where one player looks unstoppable, and now Josh is going, well, I hope I can hit the spot shot good.
Well, this might put the kind of pressure on him. He's yet to miss one in, I believe, 2 shootouts. So this might put the kind of pressure on him that that bursts pipes.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is for the fans at home, this is an incredible thing, because it just shows you that when you guys at home are playing a match and you're playing somebody and they're playing great and you can't do nothing right, to keep your chin up, because you can turn things around. You got to dig deep, and all those memes you see on Facebook about, digging deep and trying hard. This is it right here. You're watching it live, and Dennis is pulling it off.
Well, one of the things I've always thought when I'm down 5-0 in a race of 7 is I can get there just the way he got there. 5 games, I can get there too.
Yeah. hasn't won this set yet, of course.
No, I'm.
But and as soon as I
Oh
say
no!
that,
And there goes the cue ball. And Josh says just what the doctor ordered.
well, the 3 ball doesn't really pass. I don't think he's gonna maybe move it right here. Wow, that was pretty courageous.
Yeah, didn't do himself any favors on the 2, but it's Josh Filler.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he did a little eyebrow going up, saying, "Well, now I got to do this."
Jeez, this has got to look kind of tough even to him.
Sure. So with the side pocket there, has to come underneath a 9.
Jeez, hit it
No problem.
absolutely perfect.
That cue almost looked like a Earl Strickland's. Did
Oh.
he have something over around the wrap?
No, I didn't notice that.
I noticed something on the wrap. Wonder if we can get a close-up of that wrap again. Maybe it was just my imagination.
That was a good shot there. Oh, he got about as funny on this as possible. He has to really spin this cue ball to slow it down off the end rail. No, well, okay. He's gonna. What in the world? I didn't think that was available. Good shot.
A lot of players back away from those because they don't want to look like an idiot falling
Yeah.
into the side.
Yeah, no, he hit it so good. He's playing so good.
He does that so well. His speed is so good coming off these rails.
Yeah, he is about as good a shot maker as I've ever seen. And I've seen them all.
Good shooting from Josh Filler there. Dissected that rack pretty well, especially with that 2-ball shot.
Yeah, that too was
That was
really great to miss
It
the
was.
9 coming across.
sure. Good play there. Quintaras Petrovas from Lithuania. Lithuania. I can never say that right.
That's
Lithuania.
a tricky Lithuania. Yeah, that's a
Lithuania.
tricky one for sure. He is a big dude, isn't he?
He is. He's a funny guy too. He's a good sense of humor.
If I ever went to prison, I would get him as a cellmate. There's no way I would get Josh, to fill her.
What about Reacher? You ever watch that?
Yeah, that's all I need.
There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, a nice 4-railer on 4-ball gets there. How's the 1-ball going to stop?
Just got covered up a little bit.
Yeah.
What do you do here? I'm not really sure what he can do. I don't think he can do much. He might just kind of nick the 1 to his right 6 inches and try to hide back behind the 2, I suppose. Like that, and he come up a little short possibly.
Oh, it's going to
Oh,
be.
he's okay, I think.
He's
yeah.
got a nice kick and stick here. He can stay right by that 5 and kick that ball 2 rails up past the 8. It lays nice for that, but it's easy from here.
Yeah, I mean,
It's easy from
yeah,
here.
it can work, but it could go wrong a million
sure,
different ways
of
too.
course.
Sure, you know that.
All depends on the speed. He could try to play the dicky off and play the 5-ball. I don't.
Yeah,
I'm
that
trying
would
to
be
think
pretty low.
options.
I like the kick and stick that you first came out. He might even try to kick the 1 real hard and get it all the way down by the 3-7.
Yeah. You know, the angle that it comes off that rail there is too railer to that upper corner pocket.
You know, a lot of times though, the guys they'll just kick this ball into the end rail and up past the 10 a foot or so, like by the, you know.
He's done that several times. You're right.
Oh,
You
he's
know,
going.
let's see what he does.
I think he's going at the ball. Well, I can't tell.
Oh, he could see
I'll
it.
tell you what,
He
it
could
wasn't
see it.
bad for what he had.
Did the 6 come into play?
I think so.
It did?
Oh yeah, it did.
Wow.
Yeah, he's rolling.
That's why the players have the big advantage over the commentators. They can see what they're
Yeah,
doing.
yeah.
We can't.
We're guessing.
And, well, to me, he's a pro. I'm not. You're a pro, so you guys
Yeah, I'm
fight
still
it
guessing
out.
a little
You
bit.
guys fight it out.
Guessing from the same.
Again, bringing the 6 ball into play.
Well, what we try to do as commentators, you're going to see what they're going to do, so you'll learn that. But we try to give you the extra couple options,
Sure.
so you can see the best 2 or 3 options. And the way I learned to play pool was through AccuStats, watching all those videos. It helped
yeah?
me quite a bit. So, yeah, I think the players at home listen to these commentaries from all the great commentators will pick up stuff. It'll speed up your improvement. Oh, don't get up in front of the sign. It's not bad.
That's a good place.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good place. He's going to have to be creative to come up with a safety here.
Yeah, there's nothing really obvious.
Yeah.
I think he'll try to brush. Well, I'll tell you what, let's see. I think he'll drive the 1 ball down near the 10 and let the cue ball kind of just stay in that area. I don't know, never can tell. I like this too. Went with distance, trying to freeze him on the back rail.
I think Dennis will try to cut this to the left-hand corner. I think he can see
Well,
enough.
yeah, but the problem with that is you're making an incredible shot running into the 3-7. And I think you duck down there on the back rail. He'll just barely touch this 1 if he can help it. I don't know if he'll shoot it, but I don't understand shooting it. Yeah, he was
Played
playing
2
safe.
ways.
Okay,
Yeah.
no, he was playing safe.
Okay.
Yeah, because he hit that nice and heavy. Nice shot.
1 ball in the side.
Well, Dennis is in the driver's seat here. Watch this. Do real well to hit this ball. Yeah, what a hit. Gosh. Such good feel of the spins.
And the
And
6
Hosty.
ball comes into play again.
Unbelievable.
Now you kick this and call the 9.
I think he'll jump this.
Oh, okay.
I think he'll jump this because he would hit it almost every time jumping it. Kicking can get a little squirrely.
9 ball corner
I
point.
don't know if he can reach it to jump it though. He's gonna have to kick it. I would call the 9 here. Go 2 rails off the back of the 9. Yeah, sometimes those go in. Well, last time I checked, this is a hard shot, but I'm sure Josh will just punch it in like it's a hanger. But I'm under the impression these are tough.
Well, it's 7 feet away, a little bit of a back cut.
Jeez, what a shot.
That was close.
Yeah, that was a good shot. He's relentless. You know, you're up 3-1. You're thinking, you know, most people would just overcut that, give me a nice, easy little run out. I could lick myself and sign autographs, but no, he just makes it and just stays right on your tail.
Well, if that cloth was 3 months old and you're in the club,
Yeah,
that might have
that might have
up.
hung up,
Yeah,
sure.
that might have stayed up.
That's good stroke there. I think he'll come across and maybe play the 6 in the side. Yeah, nice shot. Uh-oh, he's real straight in here. He's going to have a hard time moving to the 7. Now,
you could see him do something really cool here where he pounds a 6 up in the corner and draws around, but I think he can just stun forward a little bit. He's not quite sure.
He might be trying to spin up to the corner. Not with that English.
Oh, he can cheat the pocket and go forward. Look at that underneath the 8. That was a pretty
Wow.
shot. Oh, he went too far. Now it gets interesting. Well, he might play the 9, play a billiard on the 9, and then he knows he's going to have to shoot a difficult 7 up the rail. So even as great as this young man plays, he's dreading this.
Extension.
Uh-oh. Took
Oh.
the subway. We have a development.
It's going to
It's
look
a
like a
shootout.
shootout.
Oh
We
my
got a
God.
3-ball run for Dennis GRABE here. My Lord, what a big development that was.
A little unfortunate to follow that in because that would be very hard to do on purpose.
These 2 balls.
These are the kind of runouts I like right here.
And those are some of
I'm
the.
about 50-50 on these.
Well, that's one of the few
That's not
runouts I'll
bad.
bet on.
Yeah.
There you have it, folks. 2 sets apiece, and we are at the runout stage of this tournament. Josh Filler won the lag, so he has the choice to go first. I've only seen it turned down once in all the times we've had.
I mean, in golf, they have sudden death playoffs, and here we've got a ton of money on the line. Packed house, TV, and a shootout. I don't know what more you could want as a fan.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying this.
The left-hander. Let's see if Josh goes to the right side first with the shot. Left-handers usually will choose the strong side.
And you know, like I've never done this shootout thing except maybe once. I have no idea like what good is. Could I do 8 in a row, 80 in a row, 2 in a row? I don't even know what good is. I just know that doing this where you have to shoot one shot and then go set down and then switch sides and then they move the ball back. This is way harder than it looks right here.
The player will shoot the ball to one side, has to make it, no foul, like that.
Just
Now,
made that look
it's
easy.
4 innings. If they are tied at the end of 4 innings, they take the cue ball and they will back it up 1 diamond. And then it goes to sudden death. And actually, you're in sudden death. Something's wrong here. He's asking for something. They are on a shot clock, by the way.
I wonder what Dennis said there. He was talking to somebody.
Something in the back. Maybe something was moving in the background, and it's in his line of thought, vision, and that's what it looked like to me. What a great finish here to this. What a way to finish this match with the shootout for this championship of the Kamui Las Vegas Men's Open.
My buddy Skip and Perry sitting there in the front row. Just the sweetest people ever. Huge fans of pool. Wish we had another 20 million just like them. All right, Dennis, huge pressure. You have somehow basically pulled even in this match. Show them what you're made of, kid. Let's go.
They will alternate pockets.
Nice shot.
Josh will now shoot to the left side. The longest one I've seen was between Naoyuki Oi and Jesus Atencio. I saw that in
I heard
Ursa.
him.
Was they were
Same.
tied at, I think it was tied at 14, and Jesus missed and Naoki put his in. It was either 13 or 14.
You mean 14 apiece?
Uh-huh.
So they made like
There was
28
no,
in a row?
there was one miss in between, but that's when they were in the early stage.
Wow.
And it was the coolest thing with Naoki taking his cue stick and flinging it around like a samurai sword.
Oh, yeah.
And that was quite. But the
Yeah.
shootout was, talk about exciting.
Sure. Oh, they talked about that for days. That
Sure.
became a poster. Nice shot. Oh, Josh is not really even putting much pace on it. Just kind of smoothed it and then
Usually, you just want to get the ball to the head rail.
I've never seen it shot like that. Everybody
I like
kind
it
of lets
nice.
it go.
No, I like
Oh.
it. So that if it hits the head rail, it comes off maybe a diamond. That's about it, because it can go to the side pocket if you hit it too hard. You
Yeah.
can go 3 rails to the side. That's the natural angle coming off of that shot. I love shooting it just the way shot.
Josh is shooting
Maybe a
that
little harder than Josh, not much. That's
soft.
perfect.
He's shooting it softer than I've seen any of the pros shoot it. That's interesting.
That might vary. I'm not sure. We'll see how it does. But usually you shoot them all the same way. And what I prefer doing, and I've seen a lot of players do, is you put it on the same angle so that when you back it up, you're shooting the same angle on the shot. See how it's all coming real close to the center diamond?
Yeah, they didn't used to shoot it like this. I've watched these shootouts, and the cue ball's almost scratching in the side pocket up there. They figured out to back off their speed. I'm taking notes over here. I'm learning.
I've shot this shot for years. I used to run a tournament that had a spot shot just before the final. $1 would go to it, and I saw prizes of up to $450 just for the spot shot. You get called out half your rating. So if you were a 10, you had to make it 5 times in a row.
Lovely. Tons of pressure here, even for filler. Ooh. Smoothing them right in. They're not this easy, folks.
Ask Pia Filler when she made that one for 60 or 70,000, how she felt.
That was the most heroic thing to do that under that kind of pressure.
And here they are. This is a $20,000 shot.
Right. Well, I feel like all the pressure's on Josh because it looked like the tournament was his. He was already trying to figure out where he was going to put the trophy on his wall, and now he's fighting for his life.
Well, as I mentioned, I know Dennis has gone very, very deep with this. I would like to say the number, but I'm not certain of it, so I can't.
Open bridge, I like that. It
was huge, though.
Ooh, God.
He
was
thought he
halfway to
missed
his
it.
chair. When you look at it, he's smiling. He thought he overcut it. Ooh.
They're tied at 3. This is the last one without backing it up.
Josh is smiling, too.
It's 3 innings. They are actually in sudden death right here. Because if Josh misses and Dennis makes it, he wins. And vice versa.
Yeah, you have to really shoot straight to make this 6 in a row. It's impressive. These are little pockets. It's a ton of pressure. Everybody at home eating their Cheetos is going, I can make that. I'm telling you, get up there and shoot that for all the money.
Here we go. Or might as well call it sudden death now. Nobody can help you here. No excuses. I made a bad break. I got a skid.
Right,
rolled off.
I would
at
play
this
safe
speed.
here.
Nothing rolls off. You play safe here. You can't play safe.
Now tell me it's not a hard
is.
shot when the greatest player in the universe missed it. That's what I'm saying. This is really amazing to make that 6 in a row.
And that's the pressure of the shootout.
Right.
This is exactly why this was designed this way, this format. He's taking his glove off. He feels like there's no way that Dennis will miss this.
So if Dennis makes this, he wins the tournament?
Yes, he does.
You see it? Can you believe this?
This one shot.
Oh, my God.
If Dennis misses it, they go on. A cue ball gets backed up a diamond.
Dennis has got a chance to win. He lost the first 2 sets, played well below his level, and he might hoist the trophy. This is heroic stuff.
The 10 ball is spotted where it spots in the rack, about 3 inches behind the actual spot where you spot the 1 ball.
Oh, man, his heart has
For
got to be
$20,000
racing.
extra dollars for Dennis.
Oh, my God.
And there it is. Your 2025 Kamui Las Vegas Open champion.
Wow, can
Dennis
you believe
GRABE.
that? What's the price on him doing that from what we saw an hour ago? No chance.
He lost 8 games in a row before he won one.
That's
in the first
truly
2 sets.
Historic.
They went back and forth. Josh wins 2 more games, then Dennis wins 2, then Dennis wins 3 in a row, and from then on he won 3 in a row.
That's
and then the spot shot.
That's one of the damnedest things I've ever seen playing pool, because he was playing so far below his game. You would give him zero chance to beat any good player, much less Joshua, Superman, Filler. I'm honored to be a part of this. This is something I'll remember for a long time.
And you won't forget, it's the first time I've seen the tournament won on the spot shots.
Josh graciously shakes his hand.
Is that pressure
Congratulates him.
or is that pressure? And that, from what I've seen in all the shootouts, when they're successful, that's the one that's missed the most.
And I'd like to point out how gracious Josh was there. He really congratulated him genuinely and patted him on the back and gave him a little bit of a half hug there. And kudos to Josh for that, because that's a painful loss for Josh from there.
It is, especially like I said, he was way ahead in the stats. And then we saw the stats trend down for Josh, trend up for Dennis. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here in this Kamui Las Vegas Men's Open. I don't know what more.
Well,
what treat we just were.
I mean, I would like to
treated
just close on my part by saying it was an honor to be a part of this. You know, to get to talk about these great players is something that I really appreciate getting to do, and it was fun working with you, George. You're great as always, and this is a match I will long remember.
Oh, it was great working with you, John. We still have the Challenge of Champions, the mixed doubles, the bank pool, and we still have that coming for you. We have Thursday, Friday, and everything ends on Saturday evening. Thanks for tuning in, folks. Thanks for everything. PredatorCues.com. Look at their goods. Pro Billiard Series. Look at the brackets. Look at the info. This is George Teachea and John 626 Schmidt.
Unbelievable.
Thank
so
you,
long,
folks.
James.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are thrilled to welcome you here to the beautiful Rio Hotel and Convention Center in Las Vegas, Nevada, as part of the CSI International Expo. Before we begin presenting the awards, let's take a moment to recognize the incredible sponsors and partners who make the Pro Billiard Series possible. We extend our deepest gratitude to our valued sponsors and partners for their unwavering support. Kamui Brands, Yalin, Box Billiards, Ven Billiards, and Little Monster. A special thank you to our founding partners, the Predator Group and Q Sports International, whose vision and dedication continue to elevate the sport. And of course, a huge shout out to the Predator Group for supplying the world-class equipment that has been instrumental in this tournament. Predator Apex pool tables, Arcadia Performance Cloth, Arcos II balls, and the Predator Arena billiard lights. At this time, I'd like to introduce the dignitaries who will be presenting tonight's awards. Representing Kamui Brands, President Masato Hirioka. Did I do that right? Yeah. And Vice President Masashi Mayoko. And now the moment we've been waiting for, your 2025 Kamui Men's Las Vegas Open champion is Dennis GRABE. Go ahead. Yeah, you have another presentation for him there. That concludes our trophy ceremony. Congratulations to our champion and to all the athletes who competed in this prestigious event. Your dedication and your passion inspire us all. A heartfelt thank you again to our partners, sponsors, and everyone behind the scenes who make this event possible. This isn't where it stops. We've got 3 more days of action. Thank you all for being a part of this special evening. Good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.
Can you set the check on the table? Perfect. Yeah.
Jürgen, can you please come so we can take some pictures together, please? He did not want to be seen with me. Hey, Vincent, Dennis is so happy he said we can keep the check. Is that what you said?
Dennis, can you scoot to the middle and then everyone scoot to my right? Perfect.